Hey, welcome back to Proving Proverbs. This is episode 5, and we will be diving into chapter 5. Now, hopefully, this one isn't speaking directly to you. As we get into it, you'll see what I mean. Um, but yeah, some profound warnings to be found here. Hopefully, this isn't pointing any of us out individually. But it starts off with the title, Flight from the Seductress, Where the Wise Man's Love Should Be. My son, pay attention to my wisdom. Listen carefully to what I know, and so have prudence and knowledge to protect you. These will keep a guard on your lips. Take no notice of a loose living woman, for the lips of this alien drip with honey. Her words are smoother than oil, but their outcome is bitter as wormwood. Sharp as a two-edged sword, her feet go down to death. Her steps lead down to Sheol. Far from following the path of life, her ways are undirected, irresponsible. And now, my son, listen to me. Never deviate from what I say. Set your course as far from her as possible. Go nowhere near the door of her house, or you will surrender your honor to others, your years to one who has no pity, and strangers will batten on your property, your labors going to some alien house. And at your ending, when body and flesh are consumed, you will groan and exclaim, Alas, I hated discipline. My heart spurned all correction. I would not hear the voice of my masters. I would not listen to those who tried to teach me. Now I am all but reduced to the depths of misery in the presence of the whole community. Drink the water from your own cistern, fresh water from your own well. Do not let your fountains flow to waste elsewhere, nor your streams in the public streets. Let them be for yourself alone, not for strangers at the same time. And may your fountainhead be blessed. Find joy with the wife you married in your youth. Fair as a hind, graceful as a fawn, let hers be the company you keep. Hers the breasts that ever fill you with delight. Hers the love that ever holds you captive. Why be seduced, my son, by an alien woman, and fondle the breasts of a woman who is a stranger? For the eyes of Yahweh observes a man's ways, and surveys all his paths. The wicked man is snared in his own misdeeds, is caught in the meshes of his own sin. For want of discipline he dies, and is lost through his own excessive folly. Wow. Hopefully, none of you are struggling with that one. I think it's pretty self-explanatory what that whole chapter's about. And if you have any age behind you, me, myself, I'm 46, so the words in that absolutely ring true, for sure. And I can attest to the absolute beauty and amazing attributes of a wife found in your youth. And if you still have her, you're very lucky. And it's in her that you need to keep your eyes fixed. All right, let's get into the overview, although I think it was pretty self-explanatory. But if it didn't hit home for you, hopefully this will. Chapter 5 is a stern fatherly warning against adultery and sexual immorality, urging the pursuit of wisdom to avoid devastating consequences. Solomon warns that while temptation seems sweet, it leads to bitterness, death, and ruin, advising instead to maintain exclusive, joyful faithfulness to one's own spouse. And that's what I was talking about. The chapter emphasizes self-discipline, the omniscience of God in observing all paths, and the ultimate destruction that follows a lack of moral instruction. The key themes and sections: the seduction of the forbidden, the loose woman or forbidden partner is described as smooth talking but dangerous, leading to death and destruction. The consequences of immorality: adultery results in the loss of honor, wealth, and strength to strangers, leading to deep, late-stage regret. The remedy: marital faithfulness. Wisdom lies in finding satisfaction exclusively with one's spouse, the wife, hopefully, of your youth, using metaphors of a private, 7 refreshing fountain. The divine watchman. All paths are before the eyes of the Lord, and the immoral are trapped by their own sins, dying for lack of discipline. The chapter, as highlighted, advises staying far away from temptations and focusing on the blessings of a committed pure marriage or relationship if you're not there yet. Yeah, I mean, listen, I can very much attest to this. I've made many mistakes in my life, and luckily God has been gracious to me and allowed me to end up here where I am today with a great wife that I love very much, and I wouldn't rather spend a life with anybody else. And hopefully you can relate to that too. And so you know what the power is in these words and what it means and the truth that's behind them. Like we can see oftentimes reading the words of this book. And if not, and you're chasing after these other women, a lot of times it leads to heartache, and it's not going to do any good for you and your future. So try and find yourself a virtuous woman, one that also finds, their path in life led by the words of, these books. Because there is virtue in that. And that's something as a man, we should all desire in a woman. And so this week, I think the call to action is pretty straightforward. Leave them women alone. There's nothing good that can come of it. So don't chase after your desires if that's where they're leading you. Instead, try and stay fixated on the truths of these words and understand that this wisdom will lead you in the correct path. But if you veer off and head after that, it's most likely going to lead to your own destruction. And I don't want to see that for anybody. So try and follow these words this week. And if you too have a virtuous woman in your life, well then find yourself living in gratitude this week and try and display that to her, that you are fortunate to have found her. And, also be gracious to the Most High for giving her to you. And so that's the lesson this week, and that is the takeaway and the call to action. So hopefully, this one's an easy one for proving Proverbs. I think that my life and anybody else that has a good woman in theirs can attest to that. And so this is the end of episode 5 of Proving Proverbs, where we read the text, absorb the knowledge, display the wisdom, and reap the blessings. Until next week, if this one has touched you in any way, please like the video. If you have anybody in your circles that you think might benefit from it, please share it with them. I would greatly appreciate your comments. I'd love to hear from you. If you have any experience in this area, I'm sure many youngsters could benefit from it, so don't be shy. Please share it in the comments. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe. as we go through this book of Proverbs, chapter by chapter, verse by verse, one chapter a week, and hopefully, ultimately, in the end, proving Proverbs to be true. So, that's all I got for this one. Until next week, I'm Brad Casper. This is Proving Proverbs. We're out.